Hi everybody, welcome to Rock Art Week. Now, instead of just having you draw a picture of a rock, I thought I would have you draw a picture of a critter that you might find underneath a rock. This, my dear artists, is a roly-poly pill bug. This is a cute cuddly one. I have a realistic roly-poly bug drawing in another video if you want that option. But for this one, I'm going to show you this cute cuddly guy. So what we're going to start out with first is a blank piece of paper. Oh, also you're going to need a pencil and you're going to need some crayons. And I used a marker to do my outline. So if you want to, you can bring along your markers for that. And otherwise, you're just going to need the best tools in the world, our hands, and of course, our imaginations. Now, to begin our roly-poly bug, I'm going to have my paper going nice and tall, vertical. And I'm going to start at the top of the paper. I'm going to start with the head of my roly-poly. So I'm going to make a curved line. Notice I'm not going right up to the top of my edge because we need to leave some room for his antenna. Now I'm going to do his body, and I'm going to bring his body all the way down, but not to the edge. I want to leave some room for his legs. So I'm going to do a curve, almost like an oval, and right back again. Now, I'm going to do the little segments of his body. So roly-polies, sometimes they're flattened out and sometimes they're curled up into a little ball. And they're able to do that because their body has little segments, little pieces that can move and bend and flex, and that allows them to roll. And we're going to add that little detail to his belly. So I'm going to draw a curved line there, curved line there, curved line, curved line. Now make sure your curves go from one edge to the other. All right. Next, we're going to do the top of his head, that little detail there. So I am going to start on one side, and I'm going to do a curve to the middle, but not right in the middle. I'm going to do another curve on the other side, and then I'm going to curve it down and back up. Beautiful. Now we're going to do some eyes. Going to do a curve right underneath and then another curve on the other side. My roly-poly is super happy. You don't have to make your eyes closed and curved like that. If you want to, you could totally, let me flip it over and I'll show you. You could make your eyes open and shiny. Or, actually it makes it look like he's looking up that way. You could do a winky eye. Little wink. What else could you do? Oh, I'm thinking about that emoji where the eyes are both winky and kind of closed. And he's like, hey, I'm really excited, so happy that my eyes are totally closed. So those are some options if you want to for your bug. And then I'm going to draw his mouth. I'm going to do a curved line. And then I'm going to do another one underneath it. And I'm going to give him a little tongue, a little rainbow curve. He's super happy. I love it. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make his legs. I looked at some pictures online and I carefully counted their legs. They have 6 legs on each side, 12 total. That's a lot of legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice mine does not have the anatomically correct number of legs. And that's okay, because he's a cartoon roly-poly. He can have how many legs you want. You could even give him more. I'm going to do a line going straight out, little curve, and then bring that line right back to the side. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to straight line out, little curve, and then bring that line right back. I'm going to do that again. Little curve, bring it right down. Now, here's where you have to start thinking. So he's going to have two little legs to stand on right here, right? So he's got one more little leg that I can stick out to the side here. And a straight line out, curve, bring it back in. And then he's going to have one little leg he's going to stand on. And then another little leg he's going to stand on. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Notice I'm using my curved lines that I drew to help me determine where to put those legs, just to keep things in track. I'm going to turn my paper to help me draw my nice straight lines, curve at the end, and bring it back. Straight line out, curve, bring it on back. Straight line out, curve, bring it back. Straight line out, curve, bring it back. There. So we've got our roly-poly inner body, his little legs hanging out there. Now, before I add the outer exoskeleton, the shell of my bug, I'm going to add his antenna. So at the top, I'm going to make a diagonal line going out, and I'm going to curve it down. I'm going to do my little curve at the end, and then I'm going to follow that line all the way back to his head. So follow that line, and boom. Do the same thing on this side. Diagonal up and out, curve it, bring it back, little curve, and then follow that first line all the way back to his head. Now we're going to draw his outside part of his body, the exoskeleton. And notice how it's the same width all the way around. So I want you to try to do that too. I'm going to start right up here at actually I'll do the top of his head. So I'm going to do a curve. See how it kind of follows the top of his head curve here? And then it's almost like we're tracing. We're going to make this line follow the outside of his body and stop. Don't draw through his leg. We're actually going to stop at his arm or his leg, and we're going to pretend that this exoskeleton line is going right behind it. We're going to pick it back up right there. Keep going. Remember, you want to try to keep it the same width, the same spacing between the inner body and the outside exoskeleton. Slowly, carefully trace around your roly-poly bug. And we're going to keep going all the way around and stop. Remember, you don't go to the headline. We're tracing around it. Almost like there's a little force field around this line, and your pencil cannot touch it. It just bounces right back. Boom! And there you go. A roly-poly. Now, like I said, for coloring my roly-poly, what I actually used was a marker for my outline. And if you want to, I want you to think about your color choices for this drawing. I have here the color wheel. Now for my roly-poly, I decided to use analogous colors. Colors that are right next to each other on the color wheel. Analogous colors look beautiful when you use them in a piece of art. Do you see how my roly-poly looks like he's well put together? He's a well-dressed roly-poly. That's because the colors I chose are analogous colors. They're right next to each other on the color wheel. So you can look at my color wheel right here. You can pause the video and you can choose 3 colors or just 2 or however many you want and pick out some colors for coloring your roly-poly. Maybe you want to make yours look like mine, so you'll choose a yellow, a green, and a blue. Those are analogous colors. Maybe you want to do red, orange, and yellow. You could have a fiery pill bug. Ooh. Or maybe a purple, pink, and red pill bug. Totally up to you how you do your roly-poly pilly bug. All right? So that's an idea. And like I said, I think it looks really handsome when you do a little marker outline first. And then I used my crayons to add my color afterwards. All right, I'm going to finish coloring this, and I can't wait to see what your roly-polies look like.